It should be unmuted. I don't know. Are you playing that music? Jesus Christ. Can you? Yeah, you can hear me.
Oh yeah. There's
Welcome to Subluminous. I hope everybody had a great holiday. We are back and ready to go.
Ready to go.
So today we're going to be reading we're going to be reading from Sovereign Hell and discussing a couple of things. I really want to talk about the new, the update to the Dune movie, Dune 2.
And that was our new news other than
just the trailer or whatever, but
yeah.
I still, I really like the Dune series, so I'd like to get into it a little bit. And then let's see, TJ's created a cool calendar for us for releases that are upcoming. So we're going to talk about what we've been doing and little bit of working over the holidays and that kind of stuff, and getting ready for a couple of book releases. So what should we do? Should we go ahead and get into it, or you got anything you want to talk about first?
We can get right into it.
All right. So this is going to be, this is chapter 2 for Sovereign in Hell. And let's see. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Proffer the hand, deliver the teeth. Irishoga. Chapter 2. And notes and notes and notes. Andony, you can do it. Smile. Show the world how you can shine, and know your mother loves you. Beatrice. I awaken from the dream and read the pale yellow note stuck to the wall. I hear my crackling voice yell, "Stupid, stupid, stupid fucking bitch." The long itch in the word bitch sounds like retching. I get distracted and say, "Wretch," and confirm that both sound like retching. As my voice returns to normal pitch, my vocal cords warm up to my repeated retching and itching. I sweep the bedside table and I feel the cardboard box. Bromazepam. Next to it's the small bottle of Pimozide. I get it free because of the clinical study, but it's empty. I need a refill. My eyes return to the pale yellow note again. Stupid bitch! I take the bromazepam. Days on half my meds are always interesting. The note continues to taunt me, but I'm in control. She has cancer. She had cancer, and wrote the note 172 days ago, Wednesday, February 21st, 1979. Her tumors burned in the cremation. She's cured, unless the tumors crawled out of the oven and escaped. I hear myself laugh. No more cancer. Ha ha, hallelujah. She couldn't talk in the end, but she wrote to me on a little paper pad. Constantly. Her oncologist in Spokane gave me the sticky Post-it note papers so she could communicate. Dr. Salinger was a nice lady, so I'm sure she thought it was a neat idea and not the damnation of my mortal existence. Now I wish my mother had merely written, "Goodbye, son," instead of her affirmation. But you can't, stupid bitch, your mother, cancer mom, on her deathbed, no matter how crazy you feel. Mom was nice, a good mother, and she took good care of me. Beatrice gave me the whole house. That's what she said. You have the whole house, and you can move out of the basement. But I didn't. Hospice came and took the brown painted tube metal bed frame and dark blue air mattress designed to keep living corpses from getting bed bugs. No, not bed bugs. Bed sores. They emptied the room of all the stuff, including her. But the morphine and the scopolamine I kept. Oodles of it. Bottles and bottles. Her room was still empty. They took everything out, and I could just move right in. But I didn't that day, or the next, or any other. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll move my stuff into the living room and leave the note right where it is, stuck on the wall. Stupid dead bitch, fuck your note. I involuntarily emphasized the word dead by stretching my neck up and opening my mouth wide. In my imagination, it looks like Elmer Fudd, dressed as Cecil the Turtle, screaming. I sit up and finger the other bottles. Naproxen sodium, Naprosyn, all caps. I take it. Also L-arginine and B vitamin for fun. Yellow piss. I can walk to the Ashland Heights pharmacy 2 streets over and maybe stop by Oscar's to eat. It's 1 p.m. and Oscar's doesn't open back up until 3. I swing my feet back in the bed and begin to close my eyes. The note fades as I fall asleep. It's 5. I go to the drugstore. I pass a guy on the candy aisle. He has a long braid and is wearing a black leather bike jacket with the word wolves written in thick written thick and white on the back. I walk past diapers and greeting cards and head into the back. I tell Mary how to spell Anthony Martin, turn my head and whisper, "Stupid bitch," as low as I can so she doesn't hear. I ignore her as she says, "Pardon?" and sign for the Pymazide. Mary decides whatever I whispered is not important and tells me a bunch of stuff I don't hear. I say yes, and she hands me the bag, which I open and immediately take a pill. Mary watches. I find the bathroom because Pymazide makes me instantly have to pee. It's psychosomatic. The bitter feel of it on my tongue makes me want to piss my pants. It's a single room with a commode and a urinal. I piss on the yellow puck that smells like chemical lemons and yell, "Piss cake lemon!" When I'm done, I look into the fucking disgusting mirror covered in snot and tell myself, "You can get dinner at Oscar's. You don't have to drink, you stupid bitch." Alcohol and my life are a bad combination. But I'm going to drink. I'm going to drink a lot. I'm going to drink all the fucking alcohol in the whole goddamn place and then walk home and pass out in my crisp, cold basement. I walk past the front desk cashier, a girl with big earrings and a red name tag that reads Beth. Behind me. Sometimes my timing is pretty funny. I walk past some bikes, and when I see the ancient Oscar sign across the street, I feel a little happy. I like the Reuben. It will be cold and quiet in there. It's not cold and it's not quiet in here. I'm not happy. The Reuben sucks. The whole place is loud. It must be Friday. No, that's not right. I forget Fridays sometimes because they turn into Saturdays. Shitty music plays on the jukebox that no one ever uses. There are more guys in here with wolves jackets, probably from Spokane. Maybe they want to buy some drugs. I wait for a long time, hoping they will go away. Even more show up, a veritable wolf's den. So I start drinking. I get fuzzy and warm and drink more. I pass out and dream about millions of little mouths talking to me. I wake disoriented. One of the wolves is talking to me, but I don't really understand what he's saying. "So what kind? You want to sell a couple?" It's the wolf from the pharmacy. Confused, I reply, "Sell what?" "Your pills. Cash." Oh, I can't. I need my pills." "Ah, okay. See you later then." Did he just fucking wink at me? I look at my empty glass, but I can't drink anymore. I walk to the bar and pay. Shelley. I walk to the bar and pay Shelley. Luckily, she knows me and my name. "Stupid bitch." She slides the big chunky machine and makes an imprint of my master charge, and I sign the carbon. She hands me my copy. I tip some cash for any offense I've caused these stupid bitches. I crumple the receipt. I walk outside towards the alley and feel like day 172 is almost over. Blink. I feel the heat of flowing blood on the back of my head and see the ground lying on its side. Several pairs of black boots walk by my nose. I feel someone reach into my pocket. I can't move, but I feel the void where my pills were a moment ago. I say, "Stupid bitch." I think warm piss rains down on my face from some unknown direction. I can't turn my head, but I know it's the wolves marking territory. I feel some last dull kicks, and then, again, blackness. I wake up a few more times. Someone shakes me. I see flashing lights. I see the white tiles and greenish bluish fluorescent bulbs of the hospital ceiling. I see a deep blackness. It's cold. I like the cold. I continue to feel. I think. I can move, but dark surrounds me and it's hard to know if I'm really moving. The motion feels small, tiny. Then the tiny multiplies, two at a time. I feel millions of little dots of consciousness moving like cilia, like cytoplasm, little ion pumps tasting whiskey. No, not whiskey. Molecular ethanol. I feel my eyes turn on. Little dots fill my retina like film grain, or static on TV. Edges of a yellow note emerge, handwritten in black ink. I almost recognize the name. Anthony Martin. It's misspelled. It's all caps. It includes my last name. It's the wrong note. It's not my note. It's not her note. It's not sticky, but it's stuck to my toe with a rubber band. I'm naked and cold on a metal table. I sit up. There is a dead man on the floor next to me. He's lying in a pool of blood in gentle repose, with legs straight and hands crossed on his belly, except his ruined face is full of metal tools, a scalpel, scissors, surgical implements. My head moves, and my view travels along the floor to the corpse, back to my feet, and the yellow note on my toe. Date, 8/12/1979. Name of deceased, Anthony Martin. Cause of death, wrongful death, homicide, blunt force trauma to occiput, hemorrhage, contusion. Place of death, Gilby Street, Ashland Heights, Washington, 98991. I feel the remaining alcohol in my system boiling away as a trillion little nodes process the OH groups. The sensation is like that first sip of cold can of Coke, except in my brain. My attention switches from my hydrocarbons back to my feet. I pull off the yellow toe tag. That's not my name. I don't know that name. I don't want that name. I walk naked into the dark morning. Unbidden, I say, "Stupid bitch," one last time. Then I fix the glitch in my brain that causes it. The compulsion recedes. I sense some other minor instability, currently suppressed by the dwindling pharmaceuticals in my blood. I spend a moment and rewrite the synapses, marking the entire structure for destruction. Apoptosis is a word I remember from my time at Fred Hutch. But this is more than mere programmed cell. This is more than mere programmed cell death. I'm changing my mind. All right, so that's chapter 2 of A Sovereign in Hell.
A Sovereign in Hell.
That's Anthony Martin.
Anthony Martin, who
everybody gets his name wrong.
Who can change himself on the molecular level, cellular level.
Yeah, so I think the idea here is this guy is
he had Tourette's.
He had Tourette's at the beginning of the chapter, and then through whatever happens in this interaction where they hit him in the head, he wakes up in the morgue and then starts communicating with his cells directly. So they tell him that they're processing alcohol, and then he starts thinking about the reason, like why he's saying, having all these reactions from his Tourette syndrome. And then uses apoptosis, which is a programmed cell death. It's a biological term where your cells dissolve themselves, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so he marks the cells that are causing him the problem for programmed cell death, and then doesn't have Tourette's anymore. So basically he cures himself and then walks out of the hospital, out of the morgue. So yeah. So anyway,
and he died.
Huh?
He did die.
Yeah. I mean, I think he died. I mean, he was pronounced dead and on a table in a morgue. So
yeah, I was listening, but I was having fits.
Yes, some coughing
checking
fits.
things.
Yeah.
Sovereign in Hell.
Yeah.
Chapter
2. Yeah.
Prologue 1 and 2.
Yep. And so this is probably one of my secretly favorite characters. He's based off of a guy that I knew in high school that I still see every once in a while or whatever. He's sort of based off a couple of different people. And I don't know. I just thought, to me, he's very interesting. So I guess he may be my second favorite after Detlev, but yeah, he's another strong one. So we'll see what happens to him.
Yeah, because you're a lot farther than this is almost done.
Yeah. I probably need. I'm thinking like 8 more chapters, something along those lines.
This is
to tie it all together.
25 chapters.
Yeah, it might end up being closer to 30. We'll see. I've got a couple of things that I want to do, but there's a couple of things that might end up going into another book. So we'll see what happens. But yeah.
So you're thinking this is a 400 pager? 100,000-ish words?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, they tend to be mostly long chapters, except for these introductory ones. I don't actually know how many words this one is, but let's see. I can actually look real quick.
2000-ish, maybe.
Statistics. That's the whole thing.
Oh, and Scrivener?
Yeah.
Yes,
this is only 1,000 and something words. 6,600 or something like that. But so they start hitting more around like 3,000, 3,500.
Yeah.
After this is all the sort of quick intros for all the characters kind of thing.
There's 2 more characters you gotta get introduced in this.
Let's see. Two characters that are basically all in the same chapters. Because they start out together, and then the other characters, we sort of meet all the other characters later, and then there's a bunch of sort of accessory characters.
Oh yeah, but most of this will be read. Most of everything we have written will be read. The only thing that won't is Cardinal Point.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about some schedule stuff a little bit?
Yes.
So we got
our 2024 schedule pretty much mapped out already.
Yeah. TJ likes to put deadlines up on a board so that I can drive him crazy by not delivering on my deadlines.
I think we've both not delivered last year.
I think we did pretty good considering.
Well, we're both learning how to be a team, I think.
Yeah, and we both got a bunch of other work, the work that pays us. So we had to go chase after that a little bit in December.
Yeah. I think we're figuring out how to make it all fit, though. Well, I am.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That sounded. I am. I don't know about this fucking guy.
No, I'm just dicking off.
Dicking off. That's dicking off.
Mm-hmm. That's my old boss's term. One of my favorites. But yeah, so we got the schedule, and we've got.
Well, firstly, I hope whoever's watching notices a jump in audio quality.
Oh yeah.
And the image has changed a little bit, but that's just because we had to dismantle everything for a job, and we got a new mic for you and a new whole mixer thing.
Oh yeah, our audio situation is a little bit better as far as the mixer goes, and we got fancy new sound effects that TJ likes to play with.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
You, man.
Yeah. The censorship effect.
And it went through.
Garage Robot's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And Monster. Well, this is fun for me, but JD
can't hear anything at all.
I forgot my headphones today.
Yeah.
I do know what they sound like. I am a little bit excited about getting a chance to try out some of the voice things, because I think it would be kind of cool for characters to do some of the reads.
Yeah. Pretty fun. It's a Rodecaster Pro 2.
Yeah. So that'll be pretty cool. Moving forward, we'll start playing around with some voice effects and stuff. But yeah, so our calendar is pretty full. We've got 2 books coming out in the next 2 months or so.
Month and a half, in the next 6 weeks.
And so that'll be what are we releasing?
That'll be Error Correction.
Oh yeah, Error Correction, and then
Host and Sam Yeager,
Red City.
Yep. And we're not giving ourselves a lot of time in the beginning of the year. In the middle, we're going to be doing more, but with more time. And that'll just continue towards the end of the year. And we do have space to kind of move stuff around.
Yeah.
Hopefully because we're doing things a little quicker instead of not getting things done.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're moving forward. So it'll be cool to see those books done. See how the market does. So we'll let y'all know like how it's performing and that kind of stuff, and release dates and all that kind of thing. It's a little bit fuzzy because we haven't picked an official date yet for either of them, but we do need to publish within the next 2 months. So that they will be out. And then let's see. I think that's sort of it for schedule.
Pretty much. We'll get into it deeper later as things are coming.
Yeah.
Cardinal Point's still going to be coming out. It's going to return on January 9th.
Yeah.
With a new
So
chapter.
if anybody's looking for those chapters, you'll start seeing some new stuff this month.
Yeah.
And that's on Vela. And that'll continue until it's done. And then once it's done, I guess we'll get released as an actual ebook after that.
Yeah. And we're pretty much doing ebooks and paperbacks.
Yeah.
So we can have a whole shelf of our books.
Yeah. And I've got to figure out, I don't know if anybody checks out our Facebook page, but I'm also going to put this on YouTube. I have started doing drawings for Sovereign and Hell. So I am pretty excited about this because this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. But I did a drawing of one of the demons. It's still in process. I haven't finished it yet. But I did a time lapse of the drawing that I'm working on. And my plan is to have a drawing probably every chapter. So when the book releases in the spring, it should have 30 illustrations that go with it, or 25 illustrations, something along those lines. And each illustration will be sort of a highlight from a chapter. And it's inspired by this French artist that I really like named Gustave Doré. Mm-hmm. He was a French printmaker, and they didn't really consider him an artist because at the time, printing was not considered one of the 3 pillars of artwork. So the 3 pillars were originally sculpting, painting, and architecture. And so printmaking was kind of considered, of low value. This was back in the time of like penny dreadfuls and things like that. But his etching and mastery of the printed page, artwork for the printed page, was really remarkable. And so he did a lot of stuff. He did books and newspapers and all different kinds of things. But I've been really interested in his style. And so I've been trying to emulate his style, which is intaglio. So I don't know if anybody's ever heard of the term intaglio, which is a metal plate that has wax on it. And then you make little scratches in the wax. And then what happens is when you put ink on it, the ink does not stick to the wax, but it does stick to the little scratches. And then you can print with it. And none of the original plates actually exist anymore because they were made out of wax and copper. And they would wash the wax off and put more wax on and then do new plates. So every time they did an edition of a book, they had artists that would recreate the print. So they would redraw the print for the book. And so they had these artisans that would take Doré's original, and he would have like all these notes and things about how to recreate all the perfect little lines, and then they would recreate them. And I kind of like this style because in the age of like AI artwork, when you look at this, it's like one of those things where AI would have a really hard time recreating it because of all the intentionality that's in every single line. I think eventually probably there will be an AI computer that can replicate it. But like if you see people try to replicate it now, what they end up having is something that looks like AI artwork with like a texture applied to it. And it doesn't look, it's not very good resolution. It doesn't look good. So it, AI can do some things that are really interesting, but it can't replicate this yet. And so I figured this would be my last chance before AI takes over the world to get some art done.
Yeah, I think you're safe.
Yeah.
I don't. I think all the AI hype is just the people who have money in it, have stock in it. They're just hyping it up.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it's definitely, there's some cool stuff, and I've played around with it a lot. But yeah, I do think that people actually making things and working on their own stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's where sort of live streaming comes in, is like when we talked about how authorship is going to change, or what the nature of changing authorship looks like. I think streaming and putting your content out there live,
Yeah,
is probably part of it.
I think that's pretty much all art. You don't need Capitol Records or
Yeah.
a big entity to pay for all of the stuff. You pay for your lifestyle, so you can just
Yeah.
sell your soul
Yeah.
to it anymore.
Yeah. So now you just sell your soul to YouTube or whoever the advertiser is.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I've been pretty excited about the artwork. I only have a few of the drawings planned. So I've got sketches, and I've got probably like 2 drawings that are about halfway done.
Yeah.
The other one is a really cool one, but I haven't introduced this character yet, so I don't want to talk about it until I introduce the character. But hopefully I'll have that drawing done.
Or that can be a live stream exclusive. You can talk about it, and then when this gets re-released as a vidcast, that can just be cut out.
Oh yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, so I do kind of I had this vision of playing the animation of me doing the drawings while I read the chapter. So at some point I am gonna release a set of chapters that are the live streamed recorded versions with the illustrations that go with it, so you can like watch the illustration as the chapter unfolds. There used to be a TV show on PBS that would do that. There was a painter, and he would paint a scene from a book and then read a chapter. And I always thought that was really cool because it was just him painting, and it was whatever he could get done in like 30 minutes. And then he would read for 30 minutes. And it was just this very simple concept, but it was really endearing. And so, so I thought I would replicate that, except with, instead of it being like, I don't know, instead of it being like the Hardy Boys or whatever, like investigating some crime, it would be demons erupting up out of hell and eating people or whatever the hell my book is about.
Ejaculating fire.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Metalocalypse.
Yeah. So yeah. So
We
that's,
could do that for every story.
Yeah.
Error correction.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's the status of my sort of artwork. I always have to stick art into some of my writing projects. I don't know why. I think because I started out as an illustrator. So now that I'm writing, I feel like I gotta go and do some illustration to prove I still got the chops. Plus, I've got some other friends that are artists and illustrators, and they have done some series of works and stuff. And so seeing people release paintings and drawings on a regular basis, it's pretty inspiring for me to do the same thing. So, I've been, it's been funny because I have a drawing pad. And so if you go and look at the video, you can see the drawing pad. And I've got this standing desk, but I haven't been doing a whole lot of illustration in a long time. And I like to stand when I illustrate because I swing my arms around a lot, and it's a lot of big motions and stuff. And I sort of forgot that I was standing at my desk drawing, and then I looked at the clock and it was like 4 a.m. And I was like, oh dang, I've been drawing for like 6 hours. So I went to bed and woke up, and the next day I was sore from just like standing and drawing. So I haven't used those muscles in a long time. And I'm like, oh my God, I've like ruined myself for drawing. So I'm having to like build up my illustration muscles again.
Yeah. It's a train for illustrating.
Yeah.
I have to train to.
It probably wouldn't hurt to do a little. Yeah,
probably
wouldn't hurt to do a little lifting and some leg day. Definitely don't want to skip leg day.
Join Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
work out with me.
How's that? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$10.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll become a sponsor.
Yeah. I'm one of the strongest ones there that I've seen.
Yeah. All right. They should definitely sponsor you then.
Makes me feel good.
So I really want to talk about Dune.
Just kidding.
Can we talk about Dune?
Dune is for nerds.
Yeah, totally. It's 100% for nerds.
Oh, yeah. So I was looking forward to this in November when it was supposed to come out.
Oh yeah. 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 The delay, it got delayed for a year and then delayed even more, right? Because didn't they shoot a bunch of the second one while they were shooting the first one?
Well, what was the first delay for? It was supposed to come out in
COVID.
When was the first one supposed to come out? 2020?
It came out 2 years ago, right?
So it was supposed to be 2020 and
then I thought the
2021?
2021, but maybe I thought it was like a COVID thing, but maybe they just had planned for it to be 3 or 4 years after.
Because I know Denis Villeneuve wants to do Dune Part 1 and 2 and then Dune Messiah as his trilogy, his Dune trilogy.
Oh, okay. The final movie would be Dune Messiah. That's a good one.
So hopefully
to end on.
Hopefully they
It was a shorter book too, so
well, that's the whole Paul Atreides story, isn't it?
Yeah, which is the best part of the series.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Leto and everything, but
well, you should read every book of a series no matter how bad it gets.
Yeah. Well, by the same author. I would because I read some of the stuff, the prequels and stuff like that were written by his son and the other author. I don't remember their names.
He did 6.
Yeah.
Messiah, Children of Dune.
Yeah. Mark Herbert, Sam Herbert, Dingleberry Herbert, whatever the son's name is. Juice Herbert.
Juice?
Yeah.
I'll name a kid Juice.
Yeah. So those books were, I could sort of get past the writing a little bit, but they were poorly conceived in a lot of ways too, from a story standpoint.
The later ones?
Whatever the book's not by Herbert. But this is all beside the point,
Frank,
because Christopher fucking Walken
is the Emperor.
Yeah, the Emperor of Mankind. Why are all our phones going off?
Oh, my Mac and everything rings
all at the
when
same
I'm
time.
on Wi-Fi.
But yeah, Christopher Walken, the Emperor of Mankind, Shaddam IV.
Yeah.
I have no idea if this is going to be the most brilliant move ever, or it's going to be totally bizarre.
Either would work.
That's true. That's true. I will like Christopher Walken either way, but I might not like Dune. Yeah. I mean, he could ruin the movie and still be amazing, and I will like all of Christopher Walken's parts, but yeah.
I trust that director.
Yeah, no, I do too.
He hadn't led me wrong.
I agree.
He led me. Some people don't like the design of the first Dune, his Dune, but I
thought it was good.
I like it a lot.
I mean, the 80s Dune had some quintessentially magnificent stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like they even had some stuff that was weird but still worked. Like I kind of miss the weird shield graphics that they created at the time, which were like impossible to do, but they managed to pull it off. I thought it was still kind of effective.
Yeah. Roadblocks looking.
Yeah.
Rotoscoping.
Yeah. But like nobody had ever seen anything that even looked like that at the time. And so this weird, I don't even know if it was an optical effect or if it was early computer graphics or what they did to do it. But I thought it was kind of interesting.
I thought it was that around the time of Young Indiana Jones? Because it looked exactly like the stained glass thing to me.
It might have been, that Indiana Jones thing was, that was an ILM creation. So ILM might have done the same. It might have been rotoscoped computer graphics where they modeled the graphics and then rotoscoped them onto the film or something like that. I have no idea. But it had the really weird like mirror looking distortion that was inside the sort of the effect or whatever. Anyway, It was really cool. A little bit better than just turning somebody a different color. But I do think that the subtlety of the new one was cool too.
Yeah, you can see the slow kill, like the red, and
yeah.
it was.
And the sound effects were kind of interesting too. The sort of the response of like the shield was warning you as it was as you were getting stabbed or whatever, which was kind of neat.
Does the blue and red have anything? That's just a choice they made, because was that in the book?
I think blue means that you're not in danger, but then as it wasn't in the book at all.
Wasn't. I didn't think so.
They just talked about how it felt like static electricity on your skin or whatever for the Holtzman shields, right? The Holtzman effect was the technology that created shields and levitating spacecraft, and was part of the technology for the Highliners. It was the propulsion for the Highliners, though without navigators, you would lose ships in space. So once they had the navigators, they were able to fold space using Holtzman engines or something like that. Anyway, that's all like later bullshit.
Yeah.
That's when that's like in the later books when Herbert gets into the like super hypersexual Kwisatz Haderach that can tantric fuck for 17 hours or whatever.
Yep.
His old man dreams.
His old man dreams.
Yeah. I hope that when I'm as old as Frank Herbert, I can write a novel about superhero sexcapades and people will just buy it.
Yeah.
Because my previous books were so good.
It's a lot of what you call it, reader whatever the fuck
retention.
Yeah, a lot of whatever bought whatever.
Oh, people are wanting to finish the series.
Yeah, I can't think.
No, I gotcha. So but the new Dune looks really cool. I really liked the last one. I thought it was cinematically effective rendition of the book. I think it's the time and the tools are available.
Yeah.
So
the end sucked, but everybody knew that wasn't the end.
We knew that
it sucked because it wasn't the end.
Yeah.
But we knew that.
Yeah. I do think the fight with Janos is a good place to stop though.
It's a good climax.
Yeah.
If you don't have to wait this long for the
it would have been better to get it a year later. But yeah. So I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I was not expecting Christopher Walken at all.
I forget when, like it's been over a year that was announced or something like that.
Yeah, but I didn't see it until I saw the like preview thing, and then I guess I don't know. Maybe I was spaced out for several months, but
I haven't watched the trailer yet because I kind of don't. Yeah. I want to like forget.
I accidentally watched it. I was watching some other Dune stuff, and then it came out. So, I have to go back and revisit Dune on the regular because it's so influential. Like, it pretty much it's sort of like Lord of the Rings, where it influenced everything. And so when I'm doing something that feels like it's getting kind of close to something that might be in Dune, I have to go back and like reread it and be like, okay, you got to be real careful now not to like just rip them off.
Yeah.
And so, I've been
why
doing
not?
that.
Everybody else has.
Well, yeah.
Lord of the Rings in particular.
Yeah. Well, not in a predictable way. I mean, certainly borrow, and certainly there are only certain ways you can tell things, right? Like he does a lot of stuff where the Bene Gesserit are always like looking internally to process like chemicals with their body and stuff. And they have like this ultimate control over their muscles and things like that. And so with my character, Anthony Martin, I have to be really careful not to turn him into like a 1979 Bene Gesserit with Tourette's syndrome. So, which sounds pretty awesome, but yeah, I don't want to rip off that much.
Yeah.
So he's you can be assured he's going in a totally different way. He's not going to start up a breeding program or seduce any kings or anything.
Or he might.
Yeah, well, that's a different character. But yeah. But yeah, so and I noticed, I don't know, for anybody that's out there that likes Warhammer 40,000, I was watching some people that were talking about Warhammer 40,000 and the Emperor of Mankind, and I'm like, yeah, it's 100% a ripoff of Dune, like a direct ripoff of Dune. Like the Emperor of Mankind is the Kwisatz Haderach, right? And then they're like, well, and then there's these other characters that are these null characters that can't be seen in psychic space. And I'm like, yeah, it's 100% a ripoff of Dune. Like he thought that was in the first book. Count Fenring couldn't be seen in any other timelines. He was I guess Paul was blind to him and all the other timelines. And so yeah. So everything's been done by Frank Herbert to include hypersexualized space mutants and dogs that are made into chairs.
Dogs that are made into chairs.
Yeah, the chair dogs. You don't remember chair dogs? Like towards the, I don't know if it was Chapter House or.
Oh, I've read the first one.
Yeah, I don't remember. There, it's one of the last later books. They have these when he was getting into like genetically modified organisms, and everybody had these furry chairs that they sat in, but they were like animals that would like adjust to your comfort, and the animals would like make noises and stuff when you would sit in them, because it was like they had been trained for people to sit on them, or genetically modified so that they enjoyed being sat on. And which kind of reminded me of, which is interesting because it makes me think about the robots in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, right? So I kind of wonder if Adams ripped off Herbert, or if Herbert ripped off Adams. Herbert might have been first. I don't remember when Chapter House was. It might have been like later after Douglas Adams or something like that. But
80s,
yeah,
90s.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I'll have to go look it up. I'll have to go look at the dates and see when Adams published. He probably did it first. The doors sighing and enjoying people walking through them and stuff like that was probably Douglas Adams. And then Herbert was like, hell yeah, we're going to do that, but with dogs that are chairs.
Yeah, coming out in March.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing it in IMAX.
Yeah. Oh, the movie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Paul Atreides story is the best part of that story. And everybody likes Leto Atreides because he turns into a super massive worm god. But other than turning into the super massive worm god, like, you know, that's sort of it. They do that over like 2 books or whatever. But really, he, you know, all of his action sort of could have happened in 1 book. Angry Worm.
Leto.
His Angry Worm rage.
Leto 2.
Oh yeah, Leto the second. Yeah, because the first Leto died when the Harkonnens attacked, or when Shaddam attacked. In the first book, the first Leto died. Yeah,
the first act of the first book.
Yeah,
almost.
I don't remember.
I get the movie shifts around everything, and the movie's the last thing I remember.
Yeah. So retroactive spoiler alert for anyone that hasn't seen Dune. Everything that we've talked about is real and actually happens. Chair dogs.
Chair dogs in the movie.
Yeah, I hope they go to. If they don't go all the way to Chapter House, then they're nutless. They need to put it all on the table. And if you like the Dune series, you got to read all the way to the end.
Yeah. What they'll probably do is let him finish his trilogy, and then there'll be a huge drop off if they continue with another guy.
Yeah.
Just like I can't think of something. I can't think today. I'm just out of it today.
So that's all I have about Dune. Thanks for listening.
3 people are listening.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I meant thank you for listening to me talk about Christopher Walken being the Emperor of the Universe.
I can't think of a line that he would say.
Oh, like that Shaddam would say?
Watch up my ass. 5 long years.
Mhm.
Now, little man, I give it to you.
Exactly.
That's what he's going to sound like.
Mhm. Yeah, so there'll be
Captain Coolidge.
there will be no end to the memes, I think. I mean, I'm sure they've already started, but once we get the footage in our hands, it's going to be glorious.
So in the trailer, they show him.
Yeah, I don't think he talks though.
Oh, just like
I don't remember. I'll go back and watch it.
he can return to his Max Shrek from Batman Returns.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Mhm.
visualizing.
Yeah, I just don't know how. The closest thing that I can think of is what was where did he play Gabriel? Was it The Omen or something? What was that? Prophecy. The Prophecy,
Prophecy.
where he plays the angel Gabriel. And he's like, that's the closest thing that I could think of for him to be the emperor. Where he does this line where he's like, he's talking about, he's like, you know why you got that dent in your lip? It's because I put my finger to my mouth and I said, shush, or something like that. And like, it's, like it's this very Christopher Walken thing or whatever. And so that's sort of what I'm expecting for him as the emperor. So we'll see.
The Emperor.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
is that
5 legions of Sardaukar. Something like that.
5 legions of Sardaukar up your ass?
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. So yeah.
Need a warm up to do him.
Yeah. We need a Christopher Walken button on the new fancy audio thing. All right. Well, so yeah, got a lot of stuff coming up. I think that's all I got for today. What you got? Anything?
Thinking of other content that I won't say right now.
Okay.
I don't want
to jinx it.
Put it out there before it's put out there.
All right, cool. So same time next Wednesday.
1-ish.
Yeah, 1-ish. We were like right at 1 this time. I think we were 1 minute over, so we're not doing too bad.
Yeah. When we're done with this, we're going to discuss, unless you just got to run, Unpunished for a little bit.
Oh, you want to talk about it live?
Well, I was just going to figure out when we can put it on the calendar.
Oh yeah. No, I don't have to run. We're going to say goodbye to these people.
Yeah. these two.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Oh, yeah, no chats.
No chats. All right, cool. Yeah. Yeah. So thanks for listening. We'll see you next week, and have a good week.
Yep. We're not going to say anything about the absence still?
No.